Welcome to week 5 of Fall into Wellness. I'm Steph Paulson, and I'm thrilled to explore the connection between yoga and nutrition. I invite you to embrace a mindful approach into eating. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. Observe the emotions and sensations that arise, and become aware of your preferences and cravings. So today's yoga practice is all about mindfulness. We'll take a slower approach. If you use blocks with your practice, make sure to have them handy. Let's start in a seated position. We're going to start cross-legged and take the right ear to the right shoulder, pressing the left shoulder away. Take the chin down to the chest, stretching out the back side of the neck. Take the left ear to the left shoulder, press the right shoulder away. Let's feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Take the chin down to the chest and gently roll side to side. Taking time to notice any sticky points. Take the chin down to the sternum and bring your gaze back up to neutral. Let's switch the cross of the legs. Let's inhale the arms up. Take the right hand down, stretch over to the right side. Press the left sit bone into the mat. Revolve the rib cage. Spin your heart up high to the ceiling. Inhale the arm up. Second side, reaching over to the left side. Press the right sit bone into the mat. And come back to center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, let's twist to the right. Grounding down through the sit bones. Broadening across our collarbones. Twisting the spine. Inhale the arms up. Twist to the second side. And let's spin back to the front. Let's take our hands to the mat. Come into a tabletop position. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop that belly button towards the spine. Lift the heart, exhale, round it out. I encourage you to go at your own pace. Let your inner wisdom guide you. On your next cat, exhale, come into a neutral spine. Pull that belly button in, flip the toes under, lift the hips high. Here's your first down dog. Bend the knees a lot. Keep the feet about hip width for this first one. Lift the sit bones up high. Pull the front ribs in. Spin the outer arms towards the toes. Let's take our feet close together towards the midline. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, pull the knee to the chest. Press the ground away. Take the right foot in between your hands. Inhale the arms up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Feel free to bend the back knee. That will offer some relief in that lower back. Pull the abs in, lengthen all four sides of the torso. Take an inhale here. Exhale, let's take the left hand down, come into a twist. Take an inhale, find length. Exhale, let's do a little bit of circles right here. And let's take the arm behind us. And just a small little twist here. As much as feels good. Take the right hand down to frame the foot. Hop the back foot in a lot. Drop the back heel. We're coming into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. So back heel is dropped. The heels align with each other, are slightly spread apart. Back foot can be turned in, whatever the comfort level for your knee is. Hands can be on the thigh, the shin, or the ground, or blocks. Let's take it to a long spine. So lengthen the spine. See if you can get the side body a little bit longer. Stretch the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Exhale, we fold. If you're using blocks, go ahead and move them off to the side. Lift the back heel. Back foot comes in to meet the front. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Take the hands to the outside of the shins. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold over. Let's take the left hand to the midline. Bend the left knee. Take the right hand to the hip. Come into a twist. And if you like, you can extend the top hand, not required. Take one more breath. Exhale, come back to center. Take an inhale here, find length. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank just for a moment, and press back to down dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Feet come together. Second side, left leg lifts. Left knee to the chest, pull the abs in. Take the left foot in between your hands. Come up to a lunge, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Feel free to bend the back knee. Lengthen the tailbone down to the mat. Lift the heart, but pull the front ribs in. Your spine will actually create more space this way. Take the right hand down to the mat. Left hand up. Take an inhale, and let's do those circles. Take the hand up high to the sky, and if it feels good, maybe take the arm behind the back. Coming into a little shoulder opener, just like we did on the other side. Take a moment to notice how it feels on this side. Take the left arm up. Let's frame the foot and hop the back leg in, drop the back heel. You can use your blocks. You can bring your hands up to your thigh, your calf, or the ground. Let's create a nice long spine. So pressing into the front big toe. Spin the inner thighs to the back wall. Create length here. Your gaze is about 12 inches out ahead of you, so you have a nice long cervical spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, we fold any amount. You can move the blocks off to the side if you're using them. Let's lift the back heel, bring the back foot in to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we fold. Take the right hand to the midline, bend the right knee, take the left hand to the hip. Inhale, find length. Exhale, we twist. Maybe you lift the left arm up. Take the top hand down. Inhale, find length. Bring the hands to the outside of the shins. Exhale, we fold. Plant the hands. Let's step back to our plank. Knees or toes. Take an inhale here. Shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Bring the belly button all the way down to the mat. Uncurl the back toes. Press the pinky toe sides into the mat. Spin the inner thighs up high. Bring the elbows close to the midline. Inhale, cobra. We got 3 of these. Exhale. 2 more. Remember, use your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom to guide you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
Fantastic. Press back to all fours. Flip the toes under, lift the hips high. Here is your down dog. Walk your hands back to your toes, so we're at the back of the mat, and fold forward. Press into the big toe, little toe, 2 back corners of the heel, so equal weight. Lift the sit bones a little bit higher, slide the shoulders away from the ears. Pull the belly button in. Let's bend the knees and roll up bone by bone. Your head comes up last. Okay, let's go to the wide edge of the mat. I'm just gonna put the blocks behind. I might need them. Take your feet about 3 or 4 feet apart. And we're gonna start in Warrior 2. So take the right toes, face the short edge of the mat. Take the left heel, spin it away from your body. Take the arms out and bend the right knee. Feel free to adjust the feet. So this is Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Let's take the gaze over the right middle finger. Take an inhale here and exhale. Just a few more cycles of breath. Press into the outer edge of the back foot, press into the front heel, and scoop the right butt underneath. Pull that belly button in. Take the right forearm to the right thigh and bring that left arm. Reach it towards the short end of your mat. Revolve the rib cage. Let's take the arm up, bend the elbow, and bring the arm behind your lower back. Maybe you take your fingertips to the right inner thigh, not required. And if you have a block and like to use it, you can bring the block to the front big toe side and use the block, right? And if a bind's in your practice, we're gonna go into a bind for 3 cycles of breath. Notice what's coming up. What emotions are you feeling? Feel them, notice them. If you're in that bind, go ahead and unravel. Let's all meet with that top arm reaching up high to the sky. Come back into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Extend the bent leg. Ah, yes. Now coming into triangle. I like to hop my back foot in slightly. You can do that too. Let's inhale. Exhale, we reach and we grab onto our thigh, our calf, or a block. If you're using a block, let's use it on the pinky toe side. So same thing here. We revolve the rib cage, spin the heart up, press into the big toe of the right foot, press in the outer edge of the back foot. And let's play around, have a little bit of fun. Bring that arm up towards the short end of your mat. And let's act like we're shaking someone's hand. So thumb is up, pinky's down. Okay, if you want to just have a little bit of fun, just see, maybe we lift the bottom hand off for 3, 2, 1. Everyone meet in goddess pose, heels in, toes out. Let's take the right arm underneath the left. Give yourself a hug, or you can go into eagle arms. Garudasana. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Extend the legs, toes go forward, unravel, interlace your hands behind you or grab your elbows. Exhale, fold forward. Let the head drop, slide the shoulders away from your ears. Take the hands down to the mat, inhale, find length. Exhale, take the hands to the hips, ground down through the feet and come all the way up. Here's your second side. Left toes face the short edge of the mat. Spin the back heel away. Coming into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Pull the abs in. Let's stack the shoulders above the hips and lengthen up through the crown of the head. Left forearm to left thigh. Take that right arm to the short edge of the mat. So this is extended side angle. Parsvattanasana. And of course, if you're using a block or you want to take your hand down lower, goes to the big toe side. Let's take the arm up, bend the elbow, bring it around your back. You can grab onto your shirt or the left inner thigh. This might be enough, right? If you want more or you want to practice it, going into your half bind for 3 breaths. Go ahead and ravel. Let's meet in warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the leg. All right, I like to hop that back foot in. It got away from me. Come into triangle. I shoot the hips back. I reach forward and grab onto your thigh, your calf, or a block. If you're using a block, it's pinky toe side. So find length on the bottom side oblique. Press into the front big toe. Slight bend in that front knee. Inner gaze can be anywhere it feels good. Let's take the arm up to the short end of the mat. Act like you're shaking someone's hand. This might be enough. If you want a little bit more in core activation and just want to play around and be playful, lift that bottom arm for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Heels come in, toes go out. Let's give ourselves a hug. So this time the left goes underneath the right, or you can come into eagle arms. Extend the legs, toes come forward, extend the arms, interlace your hands behind you, opposite thumb on top, or grab your elbows, exhale, fold forward. Notice if your weight is at your heels or at your toes, bring it slightly more forward. Take the hands down, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands to the hips, rise. Take the feet together and take a pause here, Tadasana. All right, let's make our way to the mat. Anyway, how you get down is fine. Extend the right leg, bend the left knee. Take the arms up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. You're welcome to use your blocks here for support. No matter what, we're hinging at any length, keeping our spine nice and long. Let's take the left rib cage to the right inner thigh. Janu Shirsasana. And come all the way up. Let's take that right leg out. Keep the heel to the midline. And let's lean over to the right-hand side. So inhale, exhale, reaching over to the right. Your forearm can be on the mat or you can use a block, right? And come all the way up. Let's bend the right knee coming into butterfly. You can support the outside of your thighs with some blocks or pillows. You can also fold forward. I like to give you a lot of options so you feel really good in your body and you feel successful in these poses. Really, yoga is teaching us to be mindful of the feelings that we have and not to attach any judgments. Hey, buddy. And just being really open to receive that inner guidance, that inner wisdom that we have. All right, let's come all the way up if you're hinged forward. Extend the left leg. Keep the right knee bent. Arms go up. tip forward, reach for the toes, but keep the spine nice and long. Let the hands drop to the ground. Let's take the right rib cage to the left inner thigh, flex the left toes, really activate the leg. So just like we spoke about at the intro of the class, be really mindful, at least for the next 24 hours. Just try it out. Be really mindful about what you eat. Let's come all the way up. Take that left leg out wide. Keep the right heel where it's at. Let's take that right arm up and over. So just start to become aware of how food affects your mind, your body, your emotional state. Really, just like yoga, food should support us in becoming the best person that we could be, right? So if the food that we eat is making us anxious, irritated, maybe that is maybe that's just an idea of maybe we should stop that food, right? Come all the way up. Let's take that extended leg, bend it, come into bound eagle, Baddha Konasana. Close your eyes here. Of course, you can hinge forward. All right. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open your eyes. Extend the right leg. Let's take the left heel into the right elbow and hug our leg. Maybe we give it a little hug right here, a little rock and roll. So sit up nice and tall. And release, second side. So what we just did on the ground here, we really opened up the hips. Let's take the right heel to the left arm. The hips, as you know, can get really, really tense and hold a lot of stress. So if you're feeling any sensations, it might be from the hip releases that we just did. And go ahead and release. Extend the legs, give them a little shake. All right, let's take it all the way down to the mat. So feet are down on the mat, knees are bent. Take your hands behind your thighs, roll down bone by bone. Coming into some bridges. So extension of the spine. Inhale, start to peel the hips off of the mat. Grab onto the edges of your mat. Or if bridge is in your practice and it feels good, interlace your hands underneath your tailbone. Walk your shoulder blades in. Roll your inner thighs down to the mat. And just a couple more breaths here. Press your shoulder blades into your heart. Exhale, come all the way down. Take a moment to pause. Take a moment to know how you feel. So in life, pauses and transitions are so important and often overlooked. It gives us time to reflect and it gives us feedback on how we're feeling. Let's do a bridge one more time. You can grab the sides of your mat, or if you're interlacing, opposite thumb goes on top. Inhale. Exhale, keep breathing. Walk your shoulders underneath. Let's get full extension of the spine. Lift your sternum towards your chin. Couple more breaths here. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Take a moment. Hug the knees in. Maybe rock and roll side to side, massage that lower back. All right, let's go into a simple twist. So feet go down. Take your arms out either to a cactus or a T, whatever you have room for. Let's scoot the hips over to the left side. Let the knees drop to the right. Maybe your gaze goes the opposite way. So as we practice yoga, we start to realize how important being present is. It's a thread that is weaved throughout every component of our life. Movement, what we eat, how we feel. Let's bring the knees back up to neutral. Slide the hips back to align the spine. And shift your hips over to the right side. Let the knees drop to the left, so we're at the second side. And your gaze goes the opposite way if that feels good. So if you're like most of us, it's very hard to be present every second of the day. We do have to think about the future, let's be realistic. And our mind does go to the past. Either to relive some fun times or sometimes to understand ourselves better. So both the future and the present and the past, they are all very important. But I encourage you to spend more time in the present moment. That's all we have. Let's bring the knees back up. Slide the hips in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. You're welcome to go into constructive rest. Take the feet as wide as a mat. Let the knees drop together. Arms are by your side, palms face up. If you prefer to go into traditional corpse pose, extend the legs. Close your eyes. We'll all take about a minute here. Let's let everything go. And let's become very present. Notice where your body's laying. Notice how you're feeling. Notice your breath. Start to deepen your breath. Of course, you're more than welcome to stay here for a while longer if you have time. You can always press pause. If you're going to close the class with me, go ahead and roll over to one side. Press yourself up and come into a comfortable position. It was a joy and a pleasure to lead you in this practice. My name is Steph Paulson. This over here is Chief. Until our paths cross again.